Frankie Stein by Lola M. Schaefer. So she's the person who wrote the words. She wrote the story. Illustrated by Kevin Atterbury, and he is the person who created the pictures. Frankie Stein came into the world on a bright, sunny day. So we already can kind of tell something's a little bit different, right? Because here we see Frankenstein and Mrs. Frankenstein, and then, wow, we have this normal looking baby. Kind of weird. "Our son," announced his proud parents, and they rushed to his side. "Oh my," said his mother. "He's cute." "Why doesn't he look scary like us?" asked his father. "I don't know," said his mother. "But with our help, I'm sure he will." And when you're looking in the family photos, we can see a whole long line of Steins looking kind of scary. Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein showered their son with scariness. They made faces at him. They shouted boo and gotcha. And every night they read him stories by candlelight. And this is kind of cute. Little Red Riding Hood. So in this version of Little Red Riding Hood is rotten. And here, if you look at some of the spines, the three little ghouls, probably instead of the three little pigs. So all of their own monster versions. One day, while feeding Frankie, his father was shocked to see a lock of sun gold hair. "What's this?" he asked. "I can take care of that," said his mother. And look, she's painting his hair blue. Oh my. When Frankie got his first tooth, it was white. "What's this?" asked his mother. "No, I can take care of that," said his father. And what it says, scary face kit. So he's like putting like a fake tooth over his white tooth. Oh my goodness. During a game of peekaboo, Frankie's face shone pink and smooth. "We can take care of that," said his parents. Little by little, Frankie began to look like a Stein. So here we have this fake tooth. We have some spots. We have some purple hair. "I'm starting to see a resemblance," said his mother. "Yes, but he still isn't all that scary," said his father. So she's thinking like, "Oh, now he's starting to look like us." "That's true," said his mother, "but at least Frankie can act scary like us." "Indeed," said his father. Mrs. Frankenstein, get it, Frankenstein, taught Frankie how to walk. "Hold your arms out straight," said his mother. Frankie did. "Now take big, slow steps," she said, "like this." Frankie tried. He really, really did. But his walk was more of a bounce. He's just a happy little chup-chup. He's just so cute. He's just a little happy little fella. Mr. Frankenstein taught Frankie how to moan. "Open your mouth wide," said his father. Frankie did. "Now groan long and loud," he said, "like this. Oh." Frankie tried. He really did. But his moan was more of a squeak. "Well, Frankie might not have all our scary looks," said his mother. "And he might not act scary like us," said his father. "But he is a Stein," they said. "Maybe he just needs a little inspiration." That night, Frankie's mother and father pulled the family tree from the closet. "This is your Uncle Franklin," said Mr. Frankenstein to his son. "His laugh turns men to stone." Oh my. Frankie chuckled. "Here is your great-granddaddy, Frank the Gripper," said Mrs. Frankenstein. "He can hold the attention of an entire town." Frankie flexed his muscles. So it's literally a tree with pictures on it. "And this is your grandmother, Frances," said Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein. "She's always full of surprises, said his mother. Frankie raised his eyebrows. Here she is, like a double face, like a happy face and an angry face. So, you see, my son, said Frankie's father, you came from a long line of Steins, each one different but scary. Indeed, said Frankie, studying each family member, and I'll be scary too. Just wait and see. Let's see. For the next few weeks, Frankie stayed in his room and practiced scary. Frankie tried and tried, but he just couldn't look or act like his parents. Instead, Frankie decided on his own kind of scary. So here he is practicing. He's trying to do the walk like his mother taught him, and he's using the mirror to try to be terrifying. Early one morning, Frankie made a grand appearance. Well, what do you think? He asked his parents. Oh, horrifying, yelled his mother and father. They threw their hands in front of their faces. So look, they're terrified because he looks normal, right? He doesn't look like a monster at all. If you think that's scary, said Frankie, watch this. He wrapped his arms around his parents and hugged them tight. Spine-tingling, blurted Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein between gasps. Then Frankie leaned close and gave them each a big lip-smacking kiss. So they're like, well, this is really weird. Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein clutched their hearts. Scary, they shrieked, and they fainted dead away. They fainted. They were so terrified. They'd not experienced that before. From that day forward, Frankie Stein was considered the scariest Stein of all. Look, he got to add his picture to the family tree. That's cute. Until Francie Stein came into the world. So we got Frankie and then little Francie, who looks monsterish because she's green colored baby and she has the purple hair. The end.